Okay, it's day 178. This is part two, and a lot of times people ask me to comment about Q and clues and so forth. And the latest one is this red sparrow. Q has said Sparrow red and not Red Sparrow, the movie that recently came out with Jennifer Lawrence basically becoming a Soviet spy and then infiltrating um, a, a CIA spy and then infiltrating Russia. It's very true to life in one sense if you reverse the red sparrow and make it sparrow red. I know how difficult this is going to be for people to believe. I'll just put it out there. The first person, it's actually CIA compromising our own people, compromising DIA generals, Five Eyes generals. Now, this is before Five Eyes, we had just NATO. So the first person was Valerie Plame, compromising General Bouchard, who then later ran NATO and NORAD here in Canada, just north of us here in Canada. So the program of bringing in these different operatives, Ukrainian girls, etc., different girls from all over, into potentially Washington, D.C., and then also potentially Florida, especially in Tampa with CENTCOM. I believe those are the two key recruiting areas. And we don't know if the Natalia Sova was the Red Sparrow program or not. But we do know that the Awans were involved in this kind of compromat using these kind of red sparrows. I called them Natashas, whatever you want to call them. Of course, everybody probably knows the connection. My brush with this with Anna Chapman in New York. It's an old trick, obviously going back all the way to Cast No Shadow and Mata Hari and the Enigma Machine, etc. This looks like a very good movie in terms of actually the psychological piece of it. It's not all just sex appeal. So I recommend the movie so people can kind of see the psychological training that goes into these agents, and then mirror that with the book that Valerie Plame wrote. And again, you'd have to go back to my earlier episodes with Valerie Plame, working with Tyler Drumheller. You could say, how could such a beautiful woman be involved with such a a big guy and an evil guy like Tyler Drumheller, and how could this all have happened? But it all happened, and the first one was Valerie Plame, and it's been a series of basically compromising these different DIA generals. And if you don't remember what Five Eyes is, it's and I'm not saying General Flynn was compromised. I'm saying Burgess. I'm saying Bouchard. I'm saying Downer in Australia. I'm saying different folks in the New Zealand armed forces as well as security forces, intelligence services, especially. And I'm saying Petraeus had a very strong hand in this. So I won't go past that for right now. I just think that you need to look at reversing Red Sparrow into Sparrow Red and look at how these Ukrainian girls and before that American CIA girls, you just can't make Valerie Plames. That's the problem. So you need to sometimes recruit them and train them and bring them up, in a kind of a farm. But this is going to be the story of how Operation Cassandra and the whole drug infiltration occurred. It is going to be the story of Jaquaya, the story of Pink,